Welcome to episode 1285 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, August 31st, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast right here. Today, I've got a sports update even Wes is going to love, and frozen Mitch McConnell, and much more in your cup of coffee in the big time. So,
boy, they got to get Mitch out of there.
Yeah, we'll talk. I mean, I'm sure you've seen by now if you're listening or watching, but we'll break it down in depth. And then also, Wes, I mean, I was inspired by your sports update. I'm just gonna keep it going on that. Mark's got a wild animal double on deck.
I do. We just have Feinstein and McConnell don't know where they are, and they're voting on the really important stuff right now. But it's okay. I got an animal double. We've got to get the olds out of the offices there. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk McConnell for sure.
Got to get him out. Feinstein.
I'm confused.
McConnell. I'm confused. Not as
Mark's
confused
hot.
as Mitch.
Mark's
as confused as the fact that we have 85, 90-year-olds in the office voting on really important issues for people that are going to be around for the next 50 years.
I don't know if we have that many 90-year-olds, but we have.
I think I did the math. We have in the Senate like 5 over 80, and in House like
35
over 80, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Those are.
And Fetterman.
Yeah. And Fetterman. Right. You got to consider that.
But
and then also
about the animals. Yeah.
He's mentally 105.
And then also the successive oldest presidents in a row back to back. I mean, we'll talk more about it as in the coffee there. And Wes has good news for Utah punters to bat us home today.
That's right. Those of you in the know, those of you who understand that, should be excited about this story. A little term we like to throw around at the whorehouse, punter.
Is this a follow-up to your kickers?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was hoping.
It's about whores.
That's about whores.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Remember, like I said yesterday, set Hard Factor to automatically download on all your podcast apps you use to listen or watch. That way you always have the latest pod. We get the downloads. Win-win. People helping people. That helps the Hardo Hive. Just be that's just what a good Hardo Hive team member does. Live comments. Remember, you can watch us youtube.com/hardfactornews, twitter.com/hardfactornews. We simulcast for now. May just go YouTube soon. Who knows? Chugger, because you can comment on YouTube. Chugger comments, "Let's go." And Anonymous says, "It's me again, your number one fan. Let's fucking go." So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You guys going to take that from Anonymous?
Yeah, I'll take anything from Anonymous.
No, I appreciate Anonymous, but I'm wondering if other fans are going to just let him take that title.
It's his now.
True.
Yeah, right now he's got it. Yeah,
they're anonymous, so it's really hard to put a pin on him if you're trying to go for him. So, but good luck to everybody out there.
He's everybody. He is all. Yeah,
that's true. Hey, did you guys have fun recording patreon.com/hardfactor bonus pods this week? Hive Hour and Florida Man Friday. Was that a good time?
Yeah, we did. We learned a little bit about producer Eric, his background, some crazy stuff about his granddad and El Salvador and gangs and Civil War. And then we talked about. And then
Pat was late.
Yeah, Pat was late. Yep.
So
30 minutes.
Yeah. Love learning about Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then we introduced everyone to unknown, yet to be discovered YouTube star Codeman. Codeman rocks.
Codeman rocks. You have to get in there to see the guys break down Codeman rocks. Mark and Wes introduced me to Codeman rocks, and my life has ever been the same since. It's just
he's a gem, a diamond in the rough.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. I agree, guys. There's already competition. Nick M says that motherfucker is not real. The anonymous. But speaking of producer Eric, he clips down all of the social media clips, and that is how we got in touch with Boxed Water. Remember, they sent us the Boxed Water because they sent us a nice card. They said, some Boxed Water to cheers being on the Water Sommelier's S list. We are glad to be in good company with the Hard Factor crew. Boxed water may not be sourced from a remote volcanic spring, but it is purified, tasty, and better for the planet. Right. Yeah. Cheers to boxed water.
That's right.
And it's delicious. You know how when you go like on vacation, I'm sure none of us have been on a real vacation in God knows how long, but if you go to a tropical place and they have in the lobby, they'll have cold water with
Yep.
with fruit inside of it.
Cucumbers and
This
fruit.
is just that. That's what
It's
this
exactly
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
It tastes crisp. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Well, plus it's more sustainable. It's purified, and Martin Reese hates it. So I mean, it's going to make
All good reasons to drink it.
Yeah.
Delicious. Anything else, boys, before we hop into the news?
No.
All right, let's do it. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
All the trending news you need to know right now as you consume this podcast. But first, a fun fact related to the news. Gareth Reynolds tweets, and somebody posted this in the Discord Hard Factor Discord server. If you switch just 2 letters, Fort Lauderdale becomes Fart Louderdale. And I need everyone.
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah. Fart Louderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Pretty
That's
great,
amazing.
right? Speaking of Florida, wanted to break the ice there with something fun, because speaking of Florida, we hope everyone who got flooded from the recent hurricane Idalia is doing okay. Looks like Fort Myers got hit hard again. St. Pete got pretty bad. A crazy video I'm going to show you guys out of a place called Horseshoe Beach, Florida. Check this out. There's no sound. It's just like intern Joey sent us this. It's just
this is bad.
Time lapse of like sort of a mobile home getting just absolutely destroyed by a flood and the winds.
Man, it's
gone.
It's
Yeah.
totally destroyed.
And totally destroyed. So like, whole neighborhoods of places like that where, those are going to be gone. So.
Yeah, they're still rescuing people. People are cut off. A lot of power outages. People are like isolated. They've rescued like 100 people from St. Pete Beach already. A couple people died in a traffic or in like a water related traffic accident.
Damn.
No, but I guess everyone listened
Flooded
to Mark's
cars and stuff.
saying it wasn't going to be a big deal and just stayed.
Don't put that on me. I didn't say it wasn't going to be a big deal. I said I hoped it wasn't going to be a big deal. Don't you put the,
yeah,
you did this to me on the Patreon shows too.
I think you get numb to
Don't
it
put that
as
bad
well.
Voodoo on me.
Living in a place where there's a lot of hurricanes, so everybody there was hoping, it'll just pass, it won't be bad. So
Mark said I could stay.
Wow.
Look, 80-ish% accuracy. It's the disclaimer.
I didn't say you could stay. I hope everyone's okay. I said no such thing.
Mark, I heard you said they could stay there.
Yeah, no problem. Just stay, ride it out.
No.
No, I think we all were hoping it wouldn't be as bad as it ended up being.
Yes, of course.
Obviously, the videos. There's videos of tornadoes in South Carolina now too. So y'all stay safe out there in this El Nino weather. Here.
Yeah, I just see the good news is, do you see like Idalia? Like a couple days ago, they said it might circle back. Yeah, go back to the Atlantic, get stronger, and come back and hit Florida again. They're saying that probably won't happen now. So hopefully, I don't want Wes to put words in my mouth. Hopefully that won't happen. If it does, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of bad weather out there. A lot of bad weather brewing. Don't have the clip ready, but producer Eric, speaking to him, he's in the Philippines. They have it's typhoon season over there. He's got typhoons and whatnot. I mean, El Nino's out of control. So
El Nino's been a real dick.
Yeah, it's having a lot of effects. Okay, another fun fact. It is the super blue moon right now, the biggest and brightest full moon of the year, of multiple years, is tonight, both Wednesday and Thursday night of this week. It's the first one since 2009, first super blue moon, and it's the last one you can see until 2037.
Gotta get out there.
You have to check out the moon tonight. And too bad the wildfire smoke finally rolled into Reno for the first time all year, just in time for the super blue moon and my first weekend at Lake Tahoe in 2 years. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully the smoke's not too bad. Yeah.
Right. If you can see the moon, though, check it out.
Well, I also heard, Will, you'll like this. Yeah, it's called the super blue moon. It's the second full moon of August, which is unusual, two in a month. But Saturn is the closest it's been to Earth view in ever, or in a very long time. And if you have even a simple telescope, you can see the rings of Saturn. So like if you have a really good telescope, you can see like detailed rings of Saturn. But if you look up tonight, you'll be able to see Saturn.
So basically, if you're one of the millions of people that has a telescope that you never use,
you got to use it tonight. Yeah,
crack it out tonight because you got
see the
Saturn,
rings of Saturn. Yeah,
and you got the super blue moon. You got everything tonight.
I had a guy. I worked with a guy, this redneck. He was like kind of like a gypsy wanderer when I was delivering drywall, and he lived in West Virginia, but we worked in like Virginia because we were kind of on the border. And he used to tell me that one of his favorite things to do was to fuck his old lady under a full moon. Like he would take her outside to fuck her under a full moon.
Absolutely.
And he would howl, and he said he would howl and shit.
Lean into it. Lean into it, you know?
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna have a time tonight if
he's unleashing the beast. Yeah,
she's not gonna be able to walk tomorrow.
She's in trouble. The blue moon.
How old is he now? Is he still able to get out?
Oh yeah. He was like when I was like 19. He was probably like 26. So.
Okay, so he's definitely out of the moon still.
He was a heroin addict too.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah. He might not be alive.
Under the moon.
Yeah.
Hopefully still doing it under the moon.
Hopefully she's getting it tonight.
Yeah,
for sure.
From that guy.
Yeah.
No, I mean lean into that full moon stuff. Like more babies are born at the full moon. I mean, there's stuff to it, right? This guy's onto something.
I mean, it sounds
he's got that sixth sense, you know. That's
he told me one time. He said
celestial.
She told him to stop fucking her like a fuck pole. That's what he said. He said, my old lady got mad at me last night. She told me to stop fucking her like a fuck pole.
And I said the full moon was out. What do you expect?
Yeah. Stop acting like a fuck pole.
Yeah, I don't know what you say to that.
Yeah.
This is like 6 a.m.
Not into making love. Yeah.
Drinking coffee.
Yeah. Drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes.
She just said it to him 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah. It's early days.
Yeah. How'd you know he was a heroin addict?
Because he would do it in front of me.
Oh.
They used to snort it, dude. They used to snort like the powder, like him and this other guy, and they used to like pull over and like get sick on the side of the road and shit. And they used to ask me for money. It was wild. Delivering drywall was you get run into some characters.
What a gig!
It was an emotional ride. He'd snort heroin, pull over, throw up, cry, ask you for money.
Yeah. Tell you about fucking his old lady in the moonlight.
It was either heroin or meth they were doing, but it made them both very sick. Made them both very, very sick.
It was definitely stepped on, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, you know, if you want to do that under the super blue moon, it's up to you. But it's out tonight, so check it out. Last time you can see it till 2037. And moving on, I was inspired by Wes's sports segment yesterday. Just fantastic stuff. And thanks to all the listeners in the Discord and on social media who sent us in this one, mostly yesterday, and I'm surprised didn't beat out the breaking NFL kicker news, but let's discuss it now because I think it's worth taking a look at now that all the evidence is out there. And at Peggy Kuzinski tweets on August 29th, she says, as I reported on ESPN 1000 just now, the shooting at Guaranteed Rate Field during a hashtag White Sox game was indeed an accidental discharge by one of the women, quote unquote, grazed by the bullet. She reportedly snuck the gun in past metal detectors, hiding it in the folds of her belly fat.
It's the most American thing I've ever read in my life.
Yeah. So
it's the most American sentence I've ever read.
I mean, do you buy it? Do you think that that's like, does it seem fantastical to you that this is how a gun went off inside of a MLB game, that it was
not
just
at all
chick's fat folds?
I buy it. Doesn't sound fantastical.
I believe the fat folds. I mean, chicks stick guns in their vagina sometimes.
Okay. Well, you know, I was going to say, well, it seems unbelievable, but I guess it's not unbelievable at all.
No.
In America in 2023. Checks out. It seems totally believable, but here is the zoomed in video of the stands that day, just in case you didn't believe it. Here she is, the heavyset woman in the middle in the white hat. See, she's talking to her man there. They're just enjoying the ball game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's eating something. She's chatting. Oh, what happens? Oh yeah, something went off.
Is that a fucking gun?
And she's reaching for it, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And did my fat fold gun go off? Did it? And then it sure did. And somebody got hit in the leg because somebody had to be treated at the hospital after getting hit at the leg. It was either the person next to her, a woman. It was a woman. So either the woman behind her or the woman next to her. And if you notice, the woman behind her just takes off immediately. So
Yeah. Why would you want to be a part of that? Yeah.
I wonder if she was the one that was hit, or no. It was probably the woman next to her that was hit because everybody's calling for security to
She
come
probably
down.
just saw the gun on the floor and was like, "I'm out of here." Like,
Yeah.
So she snuck a gun into the game in her fat folds.
What did she need the gun in the game for?
It went off. Self-defense, Mark.
Yeah, in case someone else is stuck in a gun to kill her.
No, because Chicago's a shithole ridden with crime right now. Not a shithole, but it's got a lot of crime
in the stadium or around.
No, but on the way outside.
But you're walking. You're walking in a crowd of 80,000 people. So it's not really a time for criminals to mug you.
Not as smart and more paranoid than you are. And
it seems like
one of them.
The fat folds, though, are a dangerous spot. If you're gonna stay strapped in the streets of the Windy City, maybe don't put it inside like a gelatinous spot that could like easily grip around the trigger and set the gun off. Anyways, nobody heard
White Sox record. Sorry, what is the White
I don't think is it great? Is it not great? I don't follow baseball.
They're 53 and 81. So the worst time for a criminal to start criming is when 75,000 angry Chicagoans are leaving after another 8-3 defeat. They're not gonna be able to pull off crime. They're gonna get their asses beat by a bunch of fans. So you don't really need a gun at the stadium. That's my point.
But when I was in Chicago,
no, I mean, it doesn't seem like you do.
A lot of people take the L to get to the stadium. I witnessed literally a few White Sox fans on the way to the L. They were getting hammered to a White Sox game in the middle of the day.
Okay, maybe in the transit, but again, depending on what time you're going, if you go with the crowd, You're not. I don't understand.
Mark, you're not a gun guy.
Mark, does it make you feel any better that it's a small caliber gun? That went off inside of her fat folds, and it was so unnoticeable that nobody even noticed. This is probably like a 380 hidden in her fat fold, gets triggered by her fat, goes off. It's like muffled by the fat fold.
So she brought a pea shooter in there, which wouldn't have done anything.
So silent, right. And then it hits. Everybody's okay, thankfully. But
just get bear mace.
Okay. Well, she's gonna stand her ground, even if her fat does it for her.
She should go to jail.
Well, I don't know. I didn't look up and see if there's charge. I'm sure there's an investigation, right? I mean, accidental discharge, but it's got to be. It's got to be some kind of crime.
That wasn't really holstered, was it? If it's in your fat folds, it's not exactly practicing gun safety.
Not at all.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's not good. And so while we're on sports, live scores while we're taping, the Rays and Marlins are tied 0-0, bottom of the 7th. Wow. Pirates Royals 1-0, middle of the first inning. Yankees Tigers. Yankees winning 6-1, top of the 6th. Wow.
Whoa.
Good night for the Yankees. So, there's some requests to bring that back.
Yeah. Very important, very popular segment.
You got to have it. More sports. Guys, from Ivan in Texas comes a story where many men can relate. It's about an enraged baby mama. Everybody, a lot of guys, about that, right?
Yeah.
And taking it to the internet straight away for this one. At U Stadium tweets. Oh, that's not the right one. Here it is. IG model Destiny, spelled Destani, who claims she has children with other NFL players, is claiming she is pregnant with Eli Apple's child and that he has said/done some pretty terrible things with her and her unborn son, now born, I think. She's even putting a bounty on Apple, saying she'd pay any fines for other NFL players injuring Eli Apple.
Whoa, Bountygate. She's like the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator, the guy from the R Words. What's his name? Sean Payton was the head coach, but what was the defensive coordinator?
Greg Williams.
Yeah,
the guy who put bounties on quarterbacks. Yeah. So here's her IG story. She's saying, like, if you go against my baby dad this season, please go for the knees, maybe a hammy, number 33 for the Dolphins. I'll gladly zell you back any fines you get. And so the reason why is she says then that he expected her to get an abortion, basically, She found out she was pregnant week 14. There was complications in the pregnancy. She says that she ended up giving birth to the baby at like 1 pound at 25 weeks. So a very fucked up situation. And she claims that like he's blocked her like from texting and all this.
He
shit.
doesn't want to see her. Doesn't want to see the kid.
Doesn't want to see him.
Yeah. Doesn't want to see him.
So you can understand the bounty if it's all true. But I think it's a big allegedly on this one, right?
Well, who are the other guys she's had kids with? I want to know. And why do these guys keep falling for the trap?
Yeah, I mean, it could just be her thing. I don't know. She's just like, I mean, like cleat chaser, right? That's the term.
Cleat chaser. I like that.
Punter.
Yeah, but it's like punter.
Yeah,
but yeah. The guy it would reverse. Yeah,
yeah, a reverse punter.
Yeah. Live comment from that one. Sivas 317 says, "So glad the Giants got rid of Eli Apple." Yeah, so is everybody who's at Eli Apple on their team. So the Dolphins can't be super happy about all this happening right now.
Quite a trend for these ladies to be taking to social media and trying to ruin their professional athlete partners. So I love it. It's a great trend.
It's great. They air all the laundry right out there in public.
Yeah, it's like child support on steroids.
They leak text messages. It's great.
Yeah. See, Jared Lindsay says Bengals fans agree. Yeah, Eli Apple. I mean, he's like a notorious shit talker. Obviously, maybe makes
locker room cancer. That's what I hear.
Yeah. I mean, he bounces from team to team. That's for sure. And throwing it back to accidentally shooting yourself or someone else real quick.
Right.
A Brazilian lawyer actually killed himself this year by taking his concealed carry gun into an MRI scanner, which magnetically triggered the gun. So in this case, the magnet of the magnetic, radio imagery triggered the gun.
It
or magnets, because it's magnetizing.
Just set the thing in motion.
Pulled the trigger of the gun, and there was a chambered bullet.
It's like a ghost did it.
No, it's like getting an MRI. It's like getting an MRI with the anal beads in your ass. Remember that shot up the person's ass?
Yes, Mark.
It's like that. Dildo with a metal dildo in your ass.
You're exactly right. Yeah. So because he had the gun, he wouldn't take his gun in his concealed carry thing off. The chambered bullet went off when the magnet, of the MRI machine pulled the trigger.
Fuck, you got to be careful with that shit around MRI machines, man.
You do, Mark. And unlike the White Sox fat folds lady, this lawyer in Brazil was not lucky enough to shoot somebody else in the leg either. He shot himself right in the chest. RIP at 40. Turns out loaded guns, as Mark was saying, are the same as metal butt plugs. Do not take chances with them inside the MRI machine, where they, right before you get in, beg you to take out all metal. Please don't take any metal in there.
Like, look, we've seen guns go off. We've seen anal beads shoot up asses. Like, what? We've seen it all. Just take it out. If you got something, take it out.
Yeah.
Got a knife up there? What do you got? Just take it out.
They make you take all of it. Like, it'll rip your ears in half if you have earrings in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's terrible. So don't do it. Just don't do it. People, we're seeing stories left and right of people getting fucked up by metal in MRI machines. This guy's gun went off. Okay. Also bad, but funnier news in
the cream of the crop.
And folks, they call him Cocaine Mitch, but his recent press appearances have definitely all been downers. Check out Senator Mitch McConnell, 81 years old. 39 of those years of his life have been inside the Senate, U.S. Senate. And he's in his home state of Kentucky after being asked a simple question of if he's going to run for his 7th or 8th Senate term in 2026. He's had so many, I've lost count. And here's the clip.
Thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
What I just said?
He doesn't know.
He's not thinking. He's just...
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
He said yes, but not really.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
Gonna need more than a minute.
Look at him. He can't even say anything when she's saying that. He's just totally stun locked.
His wires are crossed, man.
Yeah, I've never even seen that in real life before.
Just get him out of there. Let him go home and rest and retire. Like, what are we doing?
It's the second time, too.
This is on the Senate now.
I mean, when Feinstein came back, she thought she'd never left.
Please speak up.
What are we doing?
Please speak up. So they tried to play it off like he was taking a pensive break and that he just couldn't hear things, and he answered 2 questions after that. But this is the second time in a couple months where he has totally frozen, like brain frozen on camera.
It's gonna die on camera if they don't watch it.
Yeah.
It's just getting out of hand. Like Ruth Bader Ginsburg was Joe Paternoing herself for years with severe medical issues, trying to hang on till the terms ended and stuff. Like McConnell's frozen twice. Feinstein doesn't know where she is. They forced Fetterman through with a severe stroke he never recovered from. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, it's bad. I think if I'm McConnell, I blame El Nino. I think that like you need to, we're in a sweet period here of 9 months to 2 years where you can just basically blame anything on El Nino.
Right, like the locusts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if I'm them, I blame El Nino. But in reality, Mark, I think you're right. We just have a big problem, you know.
It just has a 2-party system and
stupid
politicians. Old people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Mark, as you were saying earlier, you know, I've got some stats, but first taking it to the internet, our guy album cover meme put Frozen Mitch on the Mr. Freeze LP. Dropped a fresh album for him.
Yeah.
Listener Charles tagged us in a joke on Twitter saying that they should put a Mitch McConnell versus Dianne Feinstein debate on pay-per-view. And there was a lot of funny replies about you should have Fetterman moderate it and have Biden as the host as well. You know,
that would be electric.
Yeah. Throw Trump in there somehow too. You're gonna get some dollars. So
I was pretty proud of myself for the TikTok song I chose for that clip. I put Frozen because he froze, and the song Let It Go, as in he needs to stop.
Oh, it's perfect.
Stop working there. Yeah.
Perfect troll. You know what? Maybe they could fund all the money they don't have to pay for hurricanes and the Maui fires from FEMA because we have no money left by doing this pay-per-view.
True.
It's a possibility.
I donated $40 to Florida because I felt bad since I killed a lot of them by making them stay.
Good call, Mark. Yeah, give them some drywall and some beers if you can afford to. Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's probably a good chance that in the state of Kentucky, that if Mitch were to retire and they had to replace him, they would just replace him with another Republican. So I don't understand what the fuck's going on. Why they won't let Mitch go.
I think he won't let it go. The average age of the U.S. Senate West is 65 years old right now. And 2 of the most senior in the whole thing have been there 30 plus years and are incapable of hearing anything that somebody doesn't whisper directly into their ears.
Same with Feinstein. She's
right. That's the 2 I'm referring to. They've been there.
Yeah.
She's been there since 92. Mitch has been there since 84.
There's a small, to Wes's point, there's a small percentage of blame on the voters, but
yeah,
a lot of times the voters,
voting for younger,
now there will be
more competent candidates, you know,
but also a lot of times the voters aren't given a choice.
Fucking loser. Yeah, but vote for the younger, more competent candidate no matter what.
Yeah,
and then you won't be voting for an old fucking loser just because it's your party's candidate.
Yes.
Well, us young people got to vote more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't. Well, it's not that they're not voting; it's just they vote for the 2 parties, and that's it.
Not even young.
Yeah, it's just a crazy idea I've been toying with recently about, you know, just voting for younger, more competent politicians.
It's nuts,
just something I was thinking about.
I like
trying out, you know. And guys, maybe Mitch had a shart, and that's what froze him. You know, it happens.
It'll freeze you.
Yeah,
a shart will freeze you.
And he's that age.
He
could shard at any time.
So he just started sharding twice, and like this is like it's new to him, so they haven't gotten him his right depends yet or whatever. Is that what's
right?
happening?
He's like, this is the second time on camera. He's like, oh, I just started having this one.
Right. He hasn't figured it out yet. So like once he gets that system down, he can just crap away and be fine in his diapers. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I think it's probably he just needs to not be working a high pressure U.S. Senate job where he meets with world leaders and votes on like the most important issues in our country. And
Mark, I mean, I think you're dead on. You're probably right about all that.
Yeah.
But if he did shart, and that's one of the reasons that he's freezing on camera, I'd suggest he does everything you said, like, you know, retire and all that. But also I'd suggest he puts his depends inside a sleek pair of BIRDDOGS, pants or shorts.
Yeah, dude.
That will mask his adult diaper lines with a stretchy built-in liner that's optional in the pants and comes standard in every single pair of BIRDDOGS shorts. Plus, he'd look like 20 years younger. Just give him a hat and some BIRDDOGS.
It might just rejuvenate him. Yeah.
It might fix all of his problems.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I know, it's worth a shot. That's birddogs.com/H news to get a free, incredible, like vacuum sealed style water bottle. Big, very keeps your drinks extremely cold for long periods of time, for free with your order. Very nice. Birddogs.com/H news.
I can't stop thinking about fart Lauderdale. That's great. Am I going? You want me to go?
I think you're on deck, Mark.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's head over to Burton, England. Burton in the UK over there. Now, according to Wikipedia, Burton is a village in the civil parish of Burton and Winkton, administered as part of the Bournemouth, Christchurch, and Poole Unitary Authority in the historic county of Hampshire, and the ceremonial county of Dorset, England. And I don't know what all that means other than it's England as fuck. Okay.
It sounds like, historical,
it's
right?
just
like
fucking England as fuck, right?
Right.
And like South, it's like just think of the most England place. That's Burton.
Mhm.
Right. It's not like the fancy bankers in London. It's the 69% of the earth is agricultural and it's the farmers.
Lots of
but
sheep.
everybody still has like 18 names and titles.
Yes, and they've lived there in that town for thousands of years. Like their families lived in that town for 15 to 20 generations type thing. When I lived in Chester, which is on the border of England and Wales, and I traveled to Wales for work for a while, I noticed that if the wind changed direction on any given day, you're getting a big old waft of cow shit. That's
Right.
That's the England I know.
Wales is like the West Virginia of the British Isles, right? Essentially.
South, and this was kind of where that is, like the south part of England, but over the cliffs, you just get it's agriculture, it's cows. And I think in Burton, there's more cows than women, and maybe that's why 25-year-old Liam Brown fucks as many cows as he can.
Literal cows, not
Literal cows.
Yeah.
Cows.
That guy's banging cows.
Well, there's more cows than women.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
What? How does he walk around with that smile on his face?
That's
Yeah,
quite an
well-
animal to try to fuck. I mean, I think a cow's vagina would be.
You need a step ladder. This is more of what he should look like, right? Well, like
Yeah,
oh.
okay. That's when he's been
Yeah.
caught. Okay.
Is he sticking his head in there? Is that what he's doing?
I think I don't want to.
How big of a dick does he
I
have?
think it's the younger cows. Calves.
Oh,
Calves.
he likes the.
Oh no.
I think so.
Oh, he likes veal. Oh no.
Yeah. Apparently, farmers in
young and
Burton
chained
noticed
down.
their livestock were getting increasingly more agitated, over the course of several months in 2022. So they set up a camera to see what was bothering them. They're like, is it the wolves? Certainly not. King Edward I ordered the extinction of the wolves over 700 years ago, and no one's spotted a wolf since 1680. Is it the coyotes? There are no coyotes in England. Was it Liam with a bottle of booze and a balaclava and an erection? Yes.
That'll irritate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll agitate you.
So
Yeah. Like, can you stop?
so
that,
I mean, like,
man?
what did they do to catch him? Finally, they set up a
The
camera.
cameras caught him. And this happened back in 2022, and I'm pretty sure this is an update because we don't generally pass on a cow fucking story. But he recently pled guilty, and it's going through the court system, and his sentencing is set for September 22nd. So he's back in the news.
How do you plead, sir? Guilty.
Yeah,
Guilty.
I did it.
Guilty.
Fuck those cows.
Yeah, do you think it's gonna be a happy guilty
No, I don't
or
know.
a sad guilty?
I mean,
he'll get less time if he does a sad guilty, but
he doesn't
for
look
him
that
himself,
distressed. I mean,
who
he's
knows?
kinda,
Yeah, he looks like he enjoyed it. He looks like, oh fuck, I got caught, but like not
He's-
necessarily like, oh fuck, I wish I didn't do it.
He's also not like a terrible looking dude. Like you
He
think
just likes to do it.
he
he
just
just
loves
loves
cow
cows.
pussy.
You
yeah.
got to watch
Yeah.
out.
he'd prefer a calf
Yeah.
to a woman. So it's
I
taking
get it.
long. Yeah, you get it, do you? In fact, it's taken a little longer than expected because go ahead, Will. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, I just trying to put myself inside the
Yeah.
mind of a man that crazy, and it's hard to do because
Hey, you like what you like, right? So prosecutor Charles Nightingale said that the reason it's taking so long is because they're transferring this to the Crown Court for sentencing. I guess their local court in Burton has sentencing limits for certain crimes, and they can't punish him for too long in Burton. So they're trying to get this guy off the streets for as long as they can. So they're pushing it to the main, like the federal court, the Crown Court. And then the prosecutor, Mr. Nightingale, also added that the family who owns the farm doesn't want Liam anywhere near it anymore.
It's usually the way it works. They usually try to ban him from being anywhere near him.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
part of the deal.
Right, I mean, he's like a pedophile for cows. Yeah.
I mean, in the interim, before he gets sentenced and after he gets out of jail, they don't really want to see him.
You got to keep
Your
this
Honor.
guy right. Yeah. No, I mean, he should have a restraining order from all farms. He can't be within a certain distance of a farm.
Again, 69% of the UK, so it's gonna be tough for this guy with his addiction. It's just cows everywhere in that place.
Well, sure, Mark, but they're gonna have to move him to a city where he can't fuck cows.
Yeah.
He'll probably still try to find a way, but
he'll find something to do in a city. Big dogs. Anyways, one last wrinkle. Liam Brown has been known. He'd been known to the farmers at that particular farm for a very long time, since he was a child, because members of his family used to work at the farm, and he kind of like grew up there. Like they would bring him to work.
Oh no, he groomed these cows.
So no word if all of his family fucks cows, or if it was just young Liam falling in lust with the cows for decades until he couldn't resist the urge anymore.
He's a cow groomer, Mark.
Yeah. I bet Liam's dad probably fucks cows too.
I think so too.
Or you think it's passed down? Hey Wes, live commenter Corey Webb says, if only this guy would have let the cows fuck him, he'd be cool with Wes. Is that accurate?
That is very accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. If this guy wants a cow to fuck him, who am I to stop it?
Exactly. The cow's willing to fuck him, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know what they say about Burton, England? It's full of cow fuckers. Brown left DNA in the cow's rear end. They found his DNA in the cow's rear end as well as the surveillance footage. So the guy needs some help. He needs some help.
It was in the butt too.
Yeah, they found some. Yeah. He went through with it.
This guy was butt fucking cows.
Sure was.
Yeah, that makes more sense than trying to fuck a cow vagina. That's probably huge.
Sure was.
Dude, they're gonna call him like manure dick in prison. Like what? This is gonna be tough for him. Oh no,
this dude's been fucking cows in the ass. Oh, got a new cellmate.
Brutal.
What are you in for, pal?
Cow sodomy.
He ain't keeping that secret in jail.
Yo, dude.
The guards will tell
it's
everyone.
high profile. Everybody knows when the cow fuckers coming in.
Yeah, it's a big to do. It's a big.
That's a huge day at the prison. Yeah, it's the biggest thing that's happened in years. Yeah.
Okay. One more animal story for you. Another wild animal story for you comes out of Canada, where 5 million bees fell off a truck on the Gulf Line in Burlington, north of Dundas Street in Ontario. 5 million bees just fell off of a truck.
Look at
flying around.
These guys in sweatpants trying to wrangle the bees.
Yeah, they're in Adidas sweatpants.
A bunch of beekeepers were called in to help clean up the mess, which no one's admitting to how it happened, but it just sounds like they didn't strap in the bee crates and they slid off the truck.
Yeah, this could be a theft, like that's a big thing now is stealing beehives. And that if you don't know what you're doing, like you're some idiot trying to steal beehives, this could happen to you.
Right. Like you don't know how to safely secure
Why
them.
do people steal beehives? For the honey?
Yeah, it's valuable.
Yeah, it's like, remember that there was a story out in California or somewhere that someone was stealing a shit ton of beehives, and
Yep. No, it could be. They haven't really identified where the bees were coming from, or how they fell off
what
the
company
truck.
It was, right?
Right. Yeah, they're still shaking that out because it happened like today. But thousands of bees died. We know that out of the 5 million, not a ton, but thousands died, and they are now angry, the bees, and local authorities released a statement saying, quote, so if any residents are in the area They may notice some crates are still left out, and we ask that pedestrians continue to avoid the area. It's safe to drive as long as you have your windows rolled up. So
You may be mercilessly stung by bees if you step outside.
you can't walk, bike, motorcycle ride. You have to drive with your windows up. Don't be around the area.
A motorcyclist going through that. That's terrible.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Even driving through it with the windows up, it would sound hilarious, like you're hitting a bunch of Tic Tacs.
Yes, it would. Beekeeper Luke Peters was one of the beekeepers called in to help rescue the bees, who all reportedly were stung several times. And he said, it's not the bees' fault. He said the incident was unusual because usually bees will just stay near their crates and not spread around the entire town, stinging the living bejesus out of everything.
Well, he's right. It was 100% the dumbasses who dropped the bees' crates' fault.
Right.
Yeah.
They took the tops off. And so like the bees usually just kind of stay in one spot in an accident like this, but they just all dispersed across the town and are stinging everything. Now they're sting crazy.
Yeah, because they probably mixed a bunch of different hives because there's different queens.
Yeah, they're angry.
So, yeah,
you're right on it, Wes. Wes, who's scared of bees, knows a lot of bees facts. So these are different colonies. They don't like each other.
Yeah.
So they're now mad at each other. They're mad at the town.
Yeah.
And it's a goddamn scene. GD scene.
A world war, a bee world war. World War B.
Exactly. World War B.
That's a nightmare.
That Luke Peters, the beekeeper, also pointed out that the honeybees are peaceful normally, and that if anyone's having a bad day, it's the bees. But he more mumbled it through his swollen face, like, "Don't bring the bees." So, careful around that area of Ontario
These
for
are
next week.
They're valuable creatures.
Yeah.
To save the bees.
Well, you need them for I mean, it's so awesome growing the pumpkins this year because now I have tons of bees. I got like honeybees, I got like bumblebees, every kind. I love.
Yeah, you want? I have some bees too. You want a couple bees, but 5 million.
No, you don't want 5 million,
That's
but
too
you love
many.
to see that they're still around because you hear all these stories about the bees dying.
Yeah.
and you just
Yeah.
you like to see a bee now and again.
Honeybees are great.
these are
Every other
great
stinging
feelings.
insect
Honeybees
sucks.
are great. Yeah.
Honeybees are the best one.
I hate when I go out to lunch out outside like a restaurant and there's bees, but there's also yellow jackets, which idiots think are bees, and you're like, it's just a bee. I'm like, no, it's a fucking yellow jacket. That's why it's so fast and why it's coming at my face. It's not a bee. It's a fucking. It's completely
If
different.
a bee stings you, its guts are ripped out from inside and it dies. So it doesn't really want to sting you. But a yellow jacket can
I know it
sting
looks
you
like a bee.
55 times. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a bee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go inside now.
Well, I'm
Pick up my
glad that
plate.
you've done a lot of study though. Your phobia has been a benefit to all of us, Wes.
That's right.
Yeah, know your enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very good point.
The art of war.
Yeah.
Sung Tzu of bees.
No, that's a yellow jacket. That's we're out of here. I'm out of here.
See how it's flying right at my face.
Yeah, you'll learn.
It's not going for the honey, the drinks. It's going
You'll
right for my
learn the
face.
hard way.
Look
Yeah.
at its behavior.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast, isn't it? Guys, the good people of the state of Utah are sexually repressed. I think we all know that, but those aren't my words. Those are the words of the oldest female brothel owner in Nevada. Here she is,
Nice.
Miss Madam Bella Cummins.
Ooh,
I
she
don't
looks
know.
scary.
She
What a
does look
madam.
scary.
Yeah.
She's a cowgirl, madam. If you haven't been out to Nevada, it's cowboy country. Okay, so she's a cowgirl. She's rough and tumble.
She looks like she should be the hostess from
Look at
Dusk
that
Till
picture.
Dawn.
Yeah.
All of the from Dusk Till Dawn. So
Look at that
Ooh,
picture.
she's like a pimp cowgirl.
It's
that's pretty.
She looks
cool.
like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a lot of facial work done. And she's older, so it's catching up.
a
Where-
Crypt Keeper look.
Yeah.
Where is that located, Wes?
So it's the Bella's Hacienda Ranch, and
Okay.
she's run it for the past 37 years, and it's in Wells, Nevada.
She's
So that's
run it
gotta
for the
be
past
Eastern
370 years.
It's right there,
She's
Will.
a vampire.
Yeah. So east of Elko, which is like there's nothing out there, and it's
Nice.
right near the Utah border.
There's nothing out there
Yeah.
except for this, which is kind of what you want where you want your brothels.
Well, legally they have to be out there in Nevada. It's you got to be in a small county.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's pretty close to the Utah border. It's like an hour outside of Utah, And that border is being crossed over and over again by horny men in Utah looking for a little relief from their repressed sex lives. Again, according to Bella, right? You might remember also that Utah has been implementing all kinds of online porn laws. Pornhub doesn't even allow it. They're not even in Utah anymore.
Can't even do it, huh?
Yeah.
right.
So, they're taking away porn. They're repressing their people. And Bella told the New York Post that those laws overall are contributing enormously to an environment where men conceal their desires in shame, longing for an outlet where they can freely express their sexual selves without fear of judgment. And Bella's whorehouse is just a place.
I got a line of Mormons a mile long,
A lot of Mormons over there, middle of the night, sneaking out of the house.
She's saying she has so many Mormons coming over to do this that she's
going to show their appreciation. So first, before we get into what she's doing, Bella wants those Utah men to know that they can get in their cars, drive out, and fuck a whore anytime they want. Here's some whores they can fuck. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I don't know if that's going to cut it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's the
oh, my bad.
Wow. That's
I didn't realize the one of them had nips
my
on there.
goodness.
They were blurred. I mean, they were blurred, but
They're
barely.
so large.
Oh yeah. Well, they're
That one's
blurred,
better.
but again, barely. That's
Okay.
yeah.
That's a different
All
picture
right.
of
I mean,
horse.
it looks like a nice establishment. Now,
Yeah.
You can eat a meal off those nips.
Will, you're a resident Nevadian. Can you describe the whores to the people that can't see them, please?
yeah, I mean, plenty of different ethnicities, depending on what you're feeling that day. Lots of lovely young ladies, I would say. Range of sizes as well, skinny to thick with extra C's. Bella, though, is kind of like she should get out of the pictures because she should let
She's
the girls.
so scary, dude.
Yeah.
She's very frightening.
But you can find something you like there. Yeah, seems
For
like
sure.
Absolutely.
A nice brothel, good establishment.
That's right. And she said, quote, for decades, the Hacienda Bella, her establishment, has been the go-to bordello for Salt Lake City punters, which is another term for someone who visits brothels. Learn that today. Okay. You learn something new every day. She continues.
Are you going to tell us why they're called punters?
I don't know why they're called punters.
Are these ones punters because they go over the state line to do it?
No, it's just a term for a person that visits brothels.
I did not know.
Yeah, maybe you can find it, Mark. Anyway, during COVID, her business suffered, but those Utahns, those repressed Utah Mormons, 73% of the state, by the way, from a fact I read, kept her in business. She said, when we were finally reopened, my Utah patrons returned in droves, significantly contributing to the resurgence of my business. The time has come for me to express my gratitude for the unwavering support of these valued clients. And what she's doing to show her gratitude for all Utah residents, she's giving you a 10% off pussy discount. Till the end of 2023 on all her whores and everything they do.
10% off. So she's saying she's got so many Mormons coming that she needs to amp it up. She needs more Mormons.
Well, she wants to show their appreciation because she says without these repressed Mormons, she would be gone. Her business would be out. So the Mormons are keeping her in business, and she would like to show her appreciation for getting her through COVID. And also, a little incentive to come on out and enjoy a whore.
Half off pussy.
Yeah, 10% off.
Do you get a punch ticket too? Is it like a
probably?
I don't know if you get you buy 5, you get the 6 for free. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the cards.
It's kind of like if you're in the movie theater already, maybe you can sneak into another movie.
Yeah. Here's
maybe you have to be suave though.
Yeah,
really slick.
Here's the website. There's some whores that you can see there. Cummins says she hopes the discounts can, quote, provide much needed relief to Utahns yearning for a remote place where they can privately explore their desires with non-judgmental sex workers, aka whores, in a secluded setting, devoid of concerns about legal ramifications or potential exposure within their community. And the last thing you want to do if you're a Mormon is get caught fucking a whore. Am I right?
It's one of the worst things you can do as a Mormon. It's top 3.
Yeah.
It's got to be frowned upon for sure. But then they should understand due to the high level of repression, as Bella points out. So.
Right.
Yeah. And soaking, can't get caught. Can't get caught though.
When soaking won't cut it, to Bella's they go.
Yeah.
And would you like to read some reviews from their website? Yeah. Of course.
You know what the madam looks like? She looks like the type of, and the location, the type of woman that if someone gets handy with her models, she just kills you and they take care of it. They take care of it right there.
She means business. Yeah.
Right. Like, so
And
you got
has
to
a
be
firearm.
play by the rules, and you'll be fine. But if you get a little too handsy and she gets word of it, she's going to shotgun you.
Yeah.
to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she's
true.
an impressive female pimp. I'd
That's
say.
why she's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
73 years old, still pimping.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some reviews of Bella's. Here's a short one from D. Excellent. Had an awesome time. Well worth the money. So,
All right, D.
Good for
Yeah.
D. D's
Well
well
worth
D.
he had a great time.
Yeah.
D had a great time.
Yeah.
That was a featured review on their website.
Yeah, that was one of the featured reviews. Here's a long review.
Oh,
Yeah.
Natalie's a blonde goddess.
This
guy's in
test-
love with Natalie.
Natalie is a blonde goddess. Hang on, before I show you, here's Natalie, just to give you a little context. Here's one of her photos.
All right.
And there she is on the top left there. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
And he says that this testimonial is a few weeks overdue. Sorry, Natalie, but I promise the night is still fresh in my head as if I just left. This woman is just about the most perfect woman I've ever met. Petite, about 5 foot tall. If she even weighs 100 pounds, I'd be shocked. Long blonde hair, trim and sexy. Softest legs you've ever felt. A smile you can't stop staring at. And a face you will never forget. Arrived and rang the doorbell. I was let in and asked a few basic questions. Do I want to line up? Yes. Took about 10 minutes before the ladies came out. Had a drink at the bar to ease my excitement.
Nice.
I know there were 5 women there when I turned around, but I'll be honest that all I remember was Natalie.
It could have been 1,000. It didn't matter.
It was just Natalie. I immediately picked her, and she took my hand and led me on a tour of the building.
Okay.
This place is clean. Several decorated hallways with doors lining each side. Natalie took me to a room with a couch. We sat for how long I was looking to be there. Rest of my life was my first thought. He took me to the bar to take care of business. And the next thing I know, I'm back in her room with my arms around her. I'm not going to go into details, but what you need to know is that her energy level is off the charts. She convinced me that I was with a girlfriend that wanted to spend time with me. I know she climaxed several times. And when I finally finished, happy ending doesn't even come close to what I was feeling. We chatted a little as I cleaned up and got dressed. She has the voice of an angel, is extremely intelligent,
got into details,
and can engage in almost any topic.
No details
She
at all.
took me back out to the bar and sat with me for a few minutes as I had a second drink while my head stopped spinning. If I had more time, I would have booked another party right then. Dude, men, do not let this lady leave the area. I personally need her to stay at Bella's for all my future visits. Do us all a favor and keep her busy and in Wells. Natalie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Oh, he's saving up money for his next trip.
Richard. That's all he does. He's got a jar on top of his fridge.
The Natalie
he's-
jar. Yeah. He's just putting money in the Natalie jar.
Now, what do they
Oh.
call that? Because that's a different one than a punter, right?
No, that's
Punter's
a
just like
punter.
an average client. That guy becomes a new term to Natalie.
Well, he's
right?
king punter. What I got from Googling it is it comes from England. It's a Britain term for a stupid patron that can be fleeced.
Yeah, and it's also specifically
Prostitution
referencing-
bars.
Yeah, bro.
Someone that frequents bars and prostitution places and that is like stupid. Richard.
Yeah,
Richard's a punter, big time.
yeah. Here's another one. She is a very, very sexy, beautiful young lady. She does what she says she will do.
Wow.
1,000% and more. She wants to make sure you're very happy, and she will talk to you at first to help you calm your nerves, and then take you into the room and have fun. It's worth every penny and then some.
Is that for
So-
Natalie again?
I think that was for a girl named Summer.
Okay.
Wow. Summer's doing great.
Oh yeah, here's one from Natalie. Absolutely outstanding. Worth every penny at any price. Natalie's easy to talk to and brings the energy where it counts. Thank you, Natalie, for an amazing experience. I'm still smiling.
Wow.
Doug.
Whoa. Natalie is putting it down in there.
Yeah.
She's really good at her job.
She's by appointment only, fellas. And she does the girlfriend experience, which means that she'll kiss you. So she'll let any fat slob go in there with the right amount of money and just kiss her. And do
She's
whatever they
changing
want.
lives.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
She's
really.
ruining men
Yeah.
every day.
Well,
and also
that's-
helping them.
that's
Let's
a little
stop
ounce of
in the-
sunshine for some of these guys who might
Listen,
not see it too much.
Look, like
I
we talked
agree.
about, she's stopping them from like shooting up a mall. You know,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like some of these guys are at the end of their rope and they get to see
Yeah,
Natalie.
Richard wouldn't have written a 12-paragraph review if it didn't if it didn't totally alter the course of his life in a positive
Richard
way.
might kidnap Natalie, but you know.
Right.
So anyway, you know, if you live in Utah and you know, happen to be near Bella's and go on through, let us know how it was. Say hi to Natalie. Let us know how Natalie was. Something tells me she's probably the most expensive girl there. Based
If
on the
you
reviews.
get Natalie, make sure to ask her, hey, you remember when you came multiple times with Richard?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about
when
that?
Remember when you faked it multiple times with Richard? That-
Oh, I know she climaxed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
won't
sure
get-
of it.
I won't get into any details. We did several positions, and she came on my face 3 times.
She told me she climaxed, and I believe her.
You could hear it a mile away.
The vibrations were undeniable.
Nary and I got a wink of sleep that night with the bellows of Natalie.
I snuck back home, and man, I'm still smiling. So, good for
Guy's like
good
a
for.
fucking wordsmith. He should write.
I know,
books.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he reviewed that several times before hitting submit.
1,000 times.
He
Yeah.
said, "I'm sorry, it's a few weeks late because it took
Yeah.
me 3 weeks to write it."
Exactly. It's long overdue. I pined over it
Sorry,
for
Natalie.
You deserved it the second I left,
Yeah.
but here it is 2
He
weeks.
calls like, tell Natalie I just wrote that review. Oh man. All right. So yeah.
Hey, what's her face like? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Oh, she's not around. What's she doing?
Who is she with?
Where the hell is she?
Yeah, tell her I'll be there soon. I'm saving up.
Poor guy. But yeah, you know, you're right, Will. These men need it, and these
They
women
do.
provide a fantastic service. So
Natalie and these women are heroes. Heroes.
That's right.
Oldest profession in the world.
That's right. All right, I'm trying to
So
pull the wheel up.
Will's just gonna enjoy a well-earned vacation at Tahoe. Hopefully, nice weather. Good
Hell
times.
yeah.
So, and Pat is on
So-
the high five. So there's.
Yep.
Oh, also, we didn't announce it, but I don't.
Yes.
Remember, we're
Oh,
not
yeah.
releasing a show for Labor Day. We'll have to announce that at the top of tomorrow's show too.
Stop of tomorrow's show. But yeah, there's not going to be a fresh episode for Labor Day.
Right.
We will have you as soon as Labor Day is over. If you do need more episodes, though, patreon.com/hard factor is just one click away, and you have all the Hive Hours and Florida Man Friday from the last 2 years.
Good excuse to sign up because not only that, it's the first of the month. So you get the biggest bang for your buck. If you're missing us on Monday, but you want to hear us, get the patreon.com/hard factor.
Boom.
That's right.
There you go. And there are fresh podcasts on there, Hive Hour
Yes.
and Florida Man Friday, both fresh. So
And tomorrow's fresh, but Monday not fresh. We'll be back.
Pow.
Thursday.
Pow. Yeah, right.
it
Yeah,
up.
Mark's right. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
That's
I
Wes.
will have your coffee manana.
God, we got to get Richard on the pod. I need to see Richard.
I know.
Well, there's no way he'll give his identity because he's a Mormon, probably
Yeah.
married or something. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But-
He's educated.
Or a trucker or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he
No, he wants her in the area, so he's local.
I mean, if he's a trucker, the guy should be a fucking novelist. Is what he should be.
maybe he's a famous Mormon novelist.
I would read romance novels written by Richard.
He writes the best soaking
Yeah.
novels.
He is very flattering. That was like the first review you see when you go on the website. It was so, I mean, everyone agreed at how well it was written.
Forever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, informative too. Tells
Bella
you
was like,
yeah.
put that on the front page.
He's putting Natalie's kids through college with that review.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
Yeah.
He's screwing himself is really what he's doing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Natalie's gonna be doing Kegels for next.
He can't get an appointment now.
No.
Yeah.
And the price went
Right.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made her calendar much more packed.
Yeah, too good. All right. Well, yeah, we will be back with you tomorrow. It's not too late if you get your voicemail in 512-270-1480 before you know
Now.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah, before 2 p.m., probably 1 p.m. I know Pat's doing it. You know how he likes questions on his voicemails, reviews. I think it's probably you just send them in and we'll read them. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow and have a great fucking day.